Hello! I thought I'd do a rare video and enlighten you all on some bits and pieces that I'm doing, all 50 of you. I'm doing some work on my Eberspacher. Now, I did give it a big service over the summer, and I put in a service kit which included a gasket for the heating chamber and the fan blower, and a new screen filter, which is basically a mesh thing, and a new glow pin, and gave it a good clean, popped it back together, and it worked great. It has since the cold weather's just begun, we're at the beginning of November, failed twice with huge plumes of white smoke, which would indicate that I've got a leak somewhere. So I thought, as I'm going to have a look at this potential problem anyway, that I would add a muffler. So I ordered one. It came with a few clips and whatnot. So I'm going to be installing this sometime next week when a new exhaust pipe and a new air inlet pipe arrive. But I thought I would film and show this as a potential issue that some of you may fall into. Now, this is not a genuine Eberspacher part. I didn't realise this, but on closer inspection, around the edges, flange, don't know, but around here, it's not welded. And on the genuine Eberspacher parts, it's welded. Now, it probably doesn't make a huge difference in the grand scheme of things, but I'm going to see if I can get a friend to just run a seam of weld around both ends that'll help seal that up. The thing with the white smoke coming from the Eberspacher is it pretty much shows up any cracks, dinks or kinks that you may have, hence the new exhaust system, that's new exhaust pipe that's coming. So that's what I aim to do with the muffler, and then I shall be installing it. That will be a thrilling episode. Today, however, I am pulling the thing out and I'm putting on a new base, because while I was under there in the summer, I did notice that the other one is black steel with some kind of coating on it, and because it's ancient and not very well cared for in the days past since I've got it, it's rusted to heck. So I will show you a picture of the old one once I've pulled it out, and this brand spanking stainless steel one, which fits Webasto's and Eberspachers apparently, from eBay for about 15 quid, will go in its place, and that will permanently cure the problem of a rusty base on my Eberspacher. Okay, cool. Watch this space. I shall be back. This is on shaky cam, but I have pulled the Eberspacher out and I'm blocking all the light. So my D4 is off. This is the plate that I'm replacing, only it's got, so I should be replacing it with that. So that's pretty good, but it'll go that way down obviously. But this has 4 bolts and I need a friend to hold one end, so I'm just waiting on a friend. Right, and once that's done, then so be it. It's time for a cup of coffee. Actually, while I'm here, I'll disclose some tips that I found out with Eberspachers and whatnot. I've just pulled the top off of mine. Although mine is occasionally billowing white smoke, which indicates either a fuel line leak or an incorrect seated fuel pipe or something of that nature. At this end, this is your glow plug, by the way. ECU is here. This is your fan blower motor, ECU. Here is the flame stroke heat sensor. So what happens effectively is it blows in air here and fires up around this part, and then this is the heater matrix, for want of a better word. Generally what happens is you get, if you live with a dog, you have little bits of hair that can make their way through here and sit on this sensor here. And once they do that, it can't properly tell the temperature, and you could, which happened to me, it could be overheating the place. You can't get the temperature right, you know, it's either hot or it won't work at all. So yeah, just check that. If you're suffering with an inconsistent heat, either it's too hot or it's too cold, check that and just get a little paintbrush or something, very gently clean that out. But usually with the glow plug, you need a special tool, a split socket, to get that out. Down in that part there is a wire mesh which is used to basically ignite the diesel with the help of the glow plug. So you pull that out normally and replace that, and I would definitely do that once every couple of years at least. I think it says once every year, but I think that's too often. Once every couple of years, or as soon as you notice it failing to start as regularly as it should, you know, on the button every time. So yeah, that's my tips. And if you are going to pull an Eberspacher, just make sure that everything is free, because this will, like a computer fan or something similar, block up with hair, which can impede. As you can see there, I've got a bit of hair. You can't see because my camera works terrible, but I've got a bit of hair that's been sucked in there. So there we are, there's that bit. Okay, so I finished the Eberspacher and I put a silencer on it, or a muffler. I'll try and show you. So that's done.